Yeah, so if you want to get a closer look at the loophole that currently exists and the new bill, just head on over to WUSA9.com. That does it for the news at 5:30. WUSA 9 News at 6 starts right now.
First at 6, heavy rain may put a damper on your Friday night plans.
A police car can only go so far so fast, but police drones offer a bird's eye view when it comes to searching for suspects.
Tonight, the footage that shows just how well they work.
Plus, police in Northern Virginia sniff out a new robbery tactic.
What to watch for so you don't fall victim.
Live from the district, this is WUSA 9 News at 6.
WUSA 9 Weather Watch Alert is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
And right now at 6, we are about 24 hours out from a storm that could cause more damage and flooding across the D.C. region. You know you can trust WUSA 9 to bring you D.C.'s most accurate forecast, just like we did earlier this week.
The Chief Topper Shutt and meteorologist Caitlin McGrath working side by side to track that timeline and the biggest threats to your neighborhood. You called it earlier this week. You got it right. So I guess we need to really prepare.
Well, we feel confident about Friday's storm.
Okay.
It's next week that there's a lot of moving parts, and Caitlin's going to talk about the new GFS.
If you like snow, you want to stay tuned. But first,
I'm
we
like
want to talk about
both
tomorrow.
are smiling, so that's giving it away.
Yes, always be wary if we're smiling. All right, so tomorrow morning we're okay. Dry commute, just chilly at the bus stop. In fact, you need your sunglasses, really. High clouds by 10 o'clock, but we're still dry, not super cold, upper 30s, low 40s. That's pretty good for January. By 1:30, temperatures near 50. Winds starting to pick up a little bit out of the southeast. These are these arrows. And that means we'll probably see some more coastal flooding on the west side of the bay. Right now, there are no advisories or warnings yet, but we feel those are going to be issued. And then by 5:30 tomorrow, yes, we're going to see rain just about everywhere. And in the case of the yellow and the orange, that's heavy rain and kind of unusual for that to show up in January. By 7:30, heavy rain across the board. Even back a little farther north, over toward Hagerstown and Martinsburg, and you are technically not under a flood watch. I'll show you the flood watch in a second. By 9:30, still some heavy rain. Look at that flecks of red down toward Fredericksburg. We're in the upper 50s at this point. And then, boom, it is gone. And I mean gone in the pre-dawn hours of Saturday, with temperatures back in the 40s. So not crazy cold behind the system on Saturday. The really crazy cold air gets in here on Sunday. So this is the flood watch, either side of I-95. And I kind of like where they've set this up. This is going to be for about an inch or more across the board. Not to say you couldn't, be west of Leesburg and have an inch of rain as well. But the main focus is going to be either side of I-95. Okay. In terms of precipitation, again, nothing by 6 p.m. tomorrow, but watch how fast it moves in. By 6 a.m. on Saturday, pretty much an inch across the board along that I-95 corridor. Now, winds also a factor. 5:30 winds will be screaming 30, 35 miles per hour. And by tomorrow night, around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, winds are in excess of 40 miles per hour. So we've got wind and rain once again, but it's not the superstorm it was on Tuesday in terms of rainfall. Now, we're looking ahead to Monday, Tuesday. Cold air comes in. Can we mix a little moisture with that? Here's meteorologist Caitlin McGrath.
Yeah, Topper, and that really is the biggest question. We know temperatures will be cold enough for snow. It's just a question of whether or not we do get that snow. And if you want the white weather, you want to root for the American model. Let's talk about where the storm tracks are now. The American model brings that storm right up the coast. That would pump in a lot of moisture and give us a lot of snow. But new this afternoon, the European model updated completely out to sea. This is not a track you want if you want winter weather. This would bring us absolutely no snow at all. So here's what that looks like from a numbers perspective. The American model still bringing in a widespread 6 to 9 inches of snow. And keep in mind, cannot reiterate enough, this is just a computer model output. This is not our forecast. But if you do want snow, you want this solution to come to fruition. And just like we saw with our last touch of winter weather, a wiggle in either direction for that storm track is going to make all of the difference. Right now, the European model, again, bringing in absolutely nothing when it comes to Tuesday. But I will take you hour by hour through the American model to show you if we get snow, this is when this model thinks the precipitation would arrive. We start off Monday mostly cloudy but dry. A few maybe fair weather snow flurries, especially in the mountains by Monday afternoon, but really not much for the start of the week. But by Tuesday morning, as folks are heading back to work and school after the long holiday weekend, flurries already flying And with the current American model track, that is a purely snow event for areas along and west of 95. The American model is trying to mix in a little bit of rain, maybe some ice for parts of southern Maryland, so that will be something to watch. But 5 p.m. snow is still coming down. You guys, we have a lot to fine tune in terms of the forecast for next Tuesday, so we'll keep our focus on Friday, but certainly something to keep in mind if you're excited about snow.
I think I like that European model more, you know?
I want a little bit of snow, I think.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
A couple flurries.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday, though?
You know what? They have waited. Our snow lovers have waited a long time.
That's fair. All right, if you don't have it already, put your phone's camera at that QR code in your screen to download our free WUSA 9 app. It will be helpful ahead of tomorrow and Tuesday's storm chances. We will send you push alerts if we track something impacting your neighborhood. In the meantime, new tonight, we're learning exactly how police used a drone to track 2 suspects accused of stealing and ultimately take them into custody.
Yeah, so we first showed you this video on the news at 11, but tonight, Alexis Wainwright is here to share some new reporting about how all this went down and why the drone program may be expanding. Alexis?
Well, guys, I can tell you, Montgomery County Police just told me a few hours ago the reason they're doing this is because of staff shortages and the increase in crime they're seeing. Tonight, we've learned this drone has already helped them find 27 suspects.
Yeah, do you guys have any...
All right, 2 storms, new model data in tonight at 11.
All right, that's it for us. We'll see you at 11.
You've been watching WUSA 9 News with a weather forecast certified most accurate 12 years in a row.